Good morning, everybody, and thank you for coming to the Today's Restaurant News Networking Group, 9 a.m. This is September the 15th, 2023. We are a group of restaurant vendors who are here to help each other grow our businesses and to help any restaurant owner, manager, or chef with any pressing problems they may have. We invite you all to join us here at the meeting or give us a call at 561 at 620-8888 or go to our website, trnusa.com. And we also have a YouTube page, which is slowly growing at it's called Today's Restaurant. And with the videos today, we'll have over 300 videos on that page, on that channel. So we need everybody to go there and subscribe. That would be helpful. Good morning, everybody. Randy, good morning again. Would you like to introduce your two guests?
Yeah, so good morning, everyone. I'm Randy Peralta with Paycheck. So I brought in a few guests, Carly and Tammy. They will introduce themselves because they have already something pretty neat pitched out for that. But long story short, brought them in because I figured that they would be a great fit because they are working side by side with businesses, specifically in restaurants as well. So I figured that this would help out us, along with help them out in getting more brand recognition.
Well, that's great. Thank you. So why don't you ladies tell us who you are, what you do, and how we can reach you?
Okay, I'll start. My name is Tammy Miller. I am a commercial insurance agent with D. Gates Insurance Group. We offer commercial insurance and business owners policies to all different kinds of restaurants in our area. Yeah, we also offer personal lines, but obviously in this type of group, we would be targeting commercial lines clients, you know, trying to make sure that they're properly insured and all of that. So, yeah.
You do. Go ahead, Carly.
Oh yeah, so we work hand in hand. I also work for D. Gates Insurance. Tammy handles the commercial side of things. I more focus on the personal lines. However, I also work for an event planning company called Businesses Supporting Communities. And we put on events such as Wink Taste of the Town, Bacon Jam, Taco Fest, and multiple others. So we are always working with restaurant vendors as food is always a part of our events. We always have food vendors and business vendors. So that's why Randy kind of brought us in, because we do work hand in hand. So we thought this could be a good fit for sure.
Okay, great. Well, both welcome.
Thank you.
Do you do workman's comp?
We do, yes.
You do. Okay. There, we have a member in the group who's not here at the moment who does insurance, but not what you do. He does what do they call it? Medicare and
okay, gotcha.
So
benefit and things like that.
So he could be, the two of you could probably work very well together.
Okay, yeah, we'd love to meet him.
Are you in Miami or where are you located?
We are in Cape Coral.
Where?
Cape Coral. Do you know where Fort Myers is?
On the West Coast, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. On the West Coast with me.
Okay, good, good.
Yeah.
I also figured that a good partner for them would be Jessica, who brought me in, because that would be ideal because she deals with franchising, opening businesses, things of that nature. So I figured that would be the main person there that they can also partner up with, along with Israel. No? Is it Israel, the gentleman who does the...
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah,
Where
right. Yeah. I don't know where he is today.
He
We gotta
didn't
yell
tell
at him.
me he's gonna be here. That's odd. Let me email him.
All right,
Yeah.
so while we search for Rick Israel,
The missing link.
Don't worry.
you know that where's Waldo? Where's Rick? I'll tell you what, Randy, why don't you start us off this morning so that your guests can see what we do, and then like I said, I will double back to you so that you can add anything that you haven't done, which we will ask you to do.
Okay.
All right, sounds good. All right, good morning, everybody. My name is Randy Peralta. I'm a strategic business consultant with Paychex. I spearhead the hospitality department in Paychex along with the PEO and payroll side. So I help businesses make a profit by doing two things. I help them decreasing their cost, right, and increasing their productivity. Basically, they go hand in hand because if you think about it, if I'm able to save you time, I'm able to also save you money. With over 2 million worksite employees in our book of business and over $400 million in workers' compensation purchased every single year, we like to offer discounts to our clients and prospects and slide over to them what we like to call a no-brainer situation. Okay, I can be reached at 646-660-5337. And then my email address is rperalta@paychex.com. We also offer a partnership agreement that pays anywhere between 20 to 30% in residual payment. So if anybody is interested in that, definitely feel free to reach out to me. That way we can discuss it.
Great, thank you. Dennis, good morning.
Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm Dennis Feldman. I'm a commercial real estate broker with Coldwell Banker Commercial in Boca Raton, Florida. Many of you understand that the mortgage rates in the real estate market have risen to recently historic highs. And when that happens, rents go up. When rents go up, people struggle trying to optimize their liabilities going forward because rent is a significant component of a business's P&L. What I do is I protect tenants, business owners, who would like to achieve very, very efficient long-term rental arrangements. And I negotiate on behalf of those business owners with the landlords who are really out to skin them alive. In addition to that, when a business owner is ready to buy a facility and has the opportunity to invest in $1 million facility, he can generally come up with 10%, maybe 15 or 20%, and earn a return of in excess of 25% tax-free on his investment year over year for at least 10 years, if not longer. I can be reached at matrixguy3113@gmail.com. And my cell phone number, which is the only phone I have, is 561-923-5278.
Okay, thank you. Ed, good morning. Hey, Ed, if you do me a favor at the end of the meeting, just stick around for a minute. I forgot to tell you something.
Not a problem. I'll be here, Howard. My name is Ed Gerton with Seco Sales in Orange Park, Florida. We're an equipment supply company that specializes in frozen dessert equipment. So we represent Carpigiani, ISA, BGI. We're going to be at the Florida Restaurant Show, booth 314. And at the booth, we will have at least one display case from ISA. We will have a soft serve machine from Carpigiani, which will be have the heat treat mode on it. So we'll be able to show that. So heat treat really means that every night the machine self cleans itself, so that if you have a normal soft serve machine, you have to clean it every 3 days to make sure there's no bacteria growing in there. With the heat treat, it essentially cleans itself every night. And you can set that for 10 days or up to 42 days for Carpigiani equipment. We'll also have batch freezers. We'll have whipped cream machines. We'll have the BGI machine there to give out samples. You can reach me at 904-334-4489. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Brian, good morning. Are you on the phone? All right, I'll come back to you. Chris, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Chris Kaufman, specializing in putting aces in great places. We provide all-star talent to restaurant companies, primarily in the Southeast United States. These are salaried positions, such as chefs, general managers, directors of operations, etc. I don't have a heat treat machine, but I do wash myself every day. So there's something to be said, something to be said for that.
Are you on the beach when you do that?
Yes, but it's a secluded beach. Thank you. Yes. And you can reach us, recruiting aces for great places since Monday, April 6, 1981. Short but illustrious 42 years, working on behalf of client companies. And we can be reached providing all-star talent at 404 All-Star, 404-255-7827. Just ask for Chris and you'll get right through.
Okay.
Please take
Rick has been found.
Howard.
What?
Please take next, I'm not Chris, Rick, because he had an emergency, but he jumped on for us.
Yeah, I've got some major contracting issues right now with one of my carriers in United Healthcare, and I'm trying to get that fixed. I've got like 5 days to get it fixed, or I tend to lose all of my clients in Florida. So I'm trying to, that's kind of a priority right now. So,
Yes.
But Rick Israel with RG Agency. I am an independent Medicare broker. I also help with the ACA. My mind is not straight right now, so please forgive me. But I am based in Huntsville, Alabama, licensed in Florida, Tennessee, Georgia, South Carolina, Mississippi, and now Colorado. So I'm kind of spread out. But we are, this company started 20 years ago by my father, who some of you may or may not know. And we are excited to be here. I'm sorry, I'm trying to think of what else I need to say because I've got United Healthcare in my ear here. But I'm going to go on mute, but I can be reached at 256-937-2537. So I'm going to go on mute. So y'all can't hear me talking, but I'll still be on. And if I hear something that sounds interesting, I'll chime in.
You missed the introduction of the two ladies who are here. They are in the insurance business as well. Don't do what you do. So make sure that when I say you hook up with. I'm sure
what do y'all? What kind of insurance do y'all do?
Oh, is it on? Oh, so we do commercial and personalized insurance. So workers' comp, commercial auto, business owners policy, homeowners insurance, everything except for health insurance.
So you're on the P. So you're on the on the PNC side.
Yeah, PNC. Yep.
Danger. I've taken that test in the state of Alabama twice and failed, and I gave up after the second time. It's PNC is very, very difficult. It is very tough, so.
Especially in Florida with the climate right now. So
oh yeah,
it's tough. It's tough.
So, but I'll go on mute and I'll chime in when needed.
Thank you for jumping on, Rick.
Okay, nice
You're
to see
welcome,
you,
Terry.
Brian. Good morning.
Sorry about that. That was one of my vendors couldn't figure out something, so whatever. Apologize. Again, I'm Brian. Morning. I work for a company called Rogue Financial Group. We are a commercial equipment financing company. Work with all industries. I primarily focus on the hospitality side, which is restaurants, bars, breweries. I do a lot of work with convenience stores, things like that. We will also finance startups, existing business, and again, we provide commercial equipment financing to the hospitality side all over the country. I can be reached at 404-723-7222. And y'all have a great weekend. I got to get going here, but
wait one second. One second. Everybody look up and smile. I want to take a picture of the group so I can put it on. Ready? 1, 2. Hopefully that worked.
All right.
Okay.
And I'll give you a call later today.
Okay.
I love Chris's cheesy smile.
Howard, does this mean you learned how to do a screenshot instead of taking a picture with your phone? Progress.
I did. You like that, right?
I'm so proud.
I'm a quick learner.
Hey,
No, I
real
don't.
quick,
I don't know where it is. I have to go find it.
I'm gonna,
It's
I want to say thank you to Jessica for helping me in a situation. I'm still going through it. I will probably reach out to you later on today if you have time.
All right, Rick. Glad to hear there was good news though.
Well, good news
Yeah.
to start, but it's kind of sinking again, so we'll figure it out.
All right.
Okay, Tracy, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you. My 2-year-old just ran away, so hopefully she's not getting into any trouble. There's no school today, so my apologies. Shana Tova to all who celebrate. My name is Tracy Pumo. I am the Chief Operating Officer of Skyline Analytics. We are a full-service operational finance consulting firm. We specialize in data analytics, FP&A consulting, data integration, and process automation. Basically, we help companies, middle market companies, get visibility into their financial data so that they can make smarter data-driven decisions and improve profitability. We are unique because we're not just coming in and automating things, we're actually giving them tangible insights and letting them know, we'll give them a roadmap that providing exactly what steps they can take to improve profitability. I can be reached at 561-512-1933.
And we're going to schedule you for October the 6th.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Looking forward to it. Thank you. If I drop off early, my apologies.
I'm very pleased to see the people that we do have today. I thought it would be light, but this is great. Jessica, good morning.
Good morning.
Where's
Taking
your,
advantage of that.
where's your little partner?
He was screaming up a storm. I don't know if you saw the screen like a few minutes ago. I don't know what's going on, but at 3:30 in the morning, he just started screaming. So we're having one of those mornings. Good morning, everyone. All right. So who of you wants to make more money? Who doesn't, right? That's the goal. But doesn't that mean you have to work more? And as business owners, you're already so pressed for time. As restaurateurs barely have time to eat with their family or any time for themselves. What if I could tell you that we can make more money without necessarily working more? I'm attorney Jessica Portalatin. I'm a trademark and business attorney. And at Portalatin Law Firm, we help protect restaurateurs from copycats and help them make more money off their awesome brands. Trademark registrations open the door for business owners to make a lot more money. They can license their brand, they could open up franchises and open different streams of income. Others will literally pay you to use your brand and spread it across the US or even internationally. So if you're ready to take the first step to setting up your business to make more money for you, give us a call at 305-702-0195. Thank you, guys.
Would you like to schedule yourself for a presentation to the group?
Absolutely.
I think
Sure.
the trademark is really important.
Oh, yeah.
And so we just booked October the 6th. So if you want to pick a date, except for the last Friday of the month, which we're going to be doing our combo. Actually, we could do it during a combo.
That might be good.
If you feel like, you just send me an email with the date that you think you'd like to do it, and I'll schedule
Sure.
you. That would be
Sounds
great.
good. Thank you,
That would
Howard.
be great. Okay, I miss Terry, TRN Terry. Good morning.
Good morning and great opening start there, Jessica. I handle the lead reports basically, which is a full-time plus job along with others that help that we have. And I let you know what's opening, when and where, time frame, owner's name, phone numbers, and emails. Now, during this restaurant show, we really, really push, and those of you that know that have been there with us, Ed has been there with us before. I know that, and if anybody that's listening, especially restaurateurs, anybody opening a restaurant needs every single thing that everyone on this face of this board has. We can save you money. We know how to save you money. We know how to get you to what you need, from the beginning of trademarking to the law, end of it to finding the property, you know, with Steve, to getting your stuff financed. We can do this. Your paycheck is extremely important. You have to know all of these things, and it's all here in one conglomerate group. We can do it. We have the resources, we have the knowledge. We are the people to call. 561-620-8888. And again, at the restaurant show, the Florida Restaurant Show, booth 935, 934, we will be handing out all kinds of things. Anybody watching, listening, we will push business for this group. And we don't let a restaurant owner go by without stopping them. So we want you to know that in advance that sales will be made. So with that, Shana Tova, Happy New Year, and everyone have a good weekend.
Thank you. Who wrote that for you?
I ad-lib all the time, which is why I get in trouble most of the time.
Naturally talented, Howard.
Yeah, be a sales manager. I know what I'm doing.
Exactly.
Okay, Steve, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Steve Whitehill. I'm a business broker, and I help people buy and sell businesses. Let me give you an example of some restaurants that are available for sale, and you can make a fair amount of money without putting too much money down. There's an American restaurant in Martin County, does $1.4 million in sales, and it earns $500,000. You can buy that for just under $900,000. There's another one in Hendry County that does also $1.4 million in sales. That earns something over $600,000, and that's available for $900,000. And either one with an SBA loan, you can buy that for less than $100,000 of cash, which is a lot cheaper than starting up a restaurant yourself, with a higher probability of success, I might add. So the thing to do is, if you want to go into the restaurant business, buy one. Steve Whitehill, Anchor Business Brokers, 561-376-7500, or you can get me my email, which is steve@anchorbb.com.
Okay, thank you.
And for those of you who aren't going to be at the show, Steve, please make sure that we have some of your business cards, paperwork, flyers, whatever, because that's for those restaurant owners that are coming, that are looking to open a second location, a third location, whatever. They need help. And then Jessica, you're right behind him with getting everything trademarked and done. So that's going to be pushed at the show. So make sure.
You can also help them with their commercial leases, reviewing them. Yep. So I think that's very helpful for a new location.
Okay. Okay, good.
We, as you all know, we have a booth up there, so you can use it as home base, so to speak. You come by and drop your bags off.
Yeah, we have a good booth, so.
What Terry said earlier, just before I go back to the two new people, what Terry said earlier about people calling us and asking us for things. I did an email blast yesterday. No, not yesterday, 2 or 3 days ago, for Brian, for his company. And yesterday I got an email from somebody. No, it wasn't an email. It was one of the social media sites. Brian does his financing, and they asked the question, do you have any exhaust systems? Well, of course, he doesn't provide that, but he can finance it. And through our contacts, we know people who can bring them an exhaust system. So we're like a clearinghouse of information for the industry. People ask us all kinds of questions during the week. And, we try to send leads out as much as we possibly can. So ladies, we're going to double back to you now. And again, tell us who you are, what you do, and how we can reach you.
Again, Tammy, I work for D Gates Insurance Group. I am a commercial insurance agent right here in Cape Coral. We write business insurance, commercial auto, workers' comp. We also do homeowners and auto insurance, everything but health insurance. Yeah, all over the state of Florida, a couple other states as well, but we mostly specialize in the state of Florida. We can be reached at 239-205-7480, and my email address is tammy@dgatesinsurance.com.
Great.
Yeah. And so we have the same phone number, but I'll give you all my email address as well. Mine's Carlee, which is KARLEE @dgatesinsurance.com.
Okay. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
As you can see, we are a very knowledgeable and casual group, and
Absolutely.
we welcome you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Well, we had some actually. I'm going to dramatize this. We had some big news in the food service industry this week. I don't know if you read about this or not, but McDonald's is getting rid of its self-serve drink stations. They're going to be phasing it out over the next several years. And it's just, if McDonald's is doing that, you can rest assured that Burger King is going to see that, and Wendy's is going to see that, and a lot of other restaurants are going to look at that as well and say, well, if they did it, maybe there's something to it. And the reason that they're doing it is not because of customer dissatisfaction or anything like that. They're doing it because they're finding a lot of their business is swinging towards delivery and pickup
and drive through.
Yeah. So
well, Chick-fil-A already does it already, no? Didn't the Chick-fil-A already do that?
Yeah, well, Chick-fil-A is mostly drive through anyway. I mean,
right.
Yeah.
2 lanes that freeze out the roads.
Yeah, which makes sense because it'll help them reduce the cost when it comes to having to refill it. It helps in that aspect. So yeah, makes sense.
So the question that it brings to, when I read this, the question that brought to my mind was, like I said, if other restaurant operators understand that McDonald's is doing it, what other aspects of the operation are going to be changed because of that or other aspects of changing? And anybody have any thoughts on that?
Well, I'm always amazed that as much profitability as there is in coffee, you can only get coffee at Wendy's and Burger King in the morning. And McDonald's is cleaning their clock throughout the day with the obscene profitability in coffee. It just as far as the other people following the leader, it's not exactly a slam dunk. They might just.
But you've got those new coffee shops now, Chris. All those new coffee shops, Double O's, all those new coffee shops that are drive-through only. You drive through and pick up your coffee. That is a brand new big deal everywhere. I mean, I have at least a dozen new ones.
Which is new in Seattle.
No, all over, all over Georgia, Florida. There's one right there in Tennessee when we get off.
Yeah. There's some Chick-fil-A's, for example. I know Chick-fil-A has both, but a lot of the new ones that they're building, we've seen have been just fully drive-through.
Yeah.
So there is something to that. They're really phasing out this whole come sit here. With coffee shops, I have noticed that a lot of the Starbucks, the new Starbucks, for example, we had a Starbucks right here in Miramar. They opened right across the street just because they wanted to add a drive-through. And I think that with coffee shops, the difference is that they have this ambiance of come sit and work here, and then they purchase. So they won't fully phase out with the part of come sit in, because that's a lot of them make their money that way. I know for me, when I do a lot of networking, I go to a coffee shop every time, right? So just that's a big part of their business. So I don't think coffee shops will fully phase that out, but they are definitely adding a lot more drive-through options.
Oh, we've got a new one that I've never heard of that just opened up called Annex, ANNEX House. It's in St. Pete. Bad. And then you've got, oh, sorry if your little 2-year-old was around. Badass Coffee. And then you've got Scooter's Coffee, Maloo's Cozy Coffee. I mean, these are just, and Scooter's is all over the place now. The Blend Coffee House. These are all new chains of just drive-through coffees. And they may have one of or two of them have a very small, like you said, a little room that you can go in and sit, like a little, and order coffee, bagels, whatever, Danish, but very small, very tiny. And they're doing lanes because there's so many people that want, all these lattes and caramel with all the good stuff on it, like my granddaughter. But yeah.
But also after you have to think, after COVID, a lot of people shut down their offices or work from home, and sometimes they don't want to work from home, so they go to a coffee shop and they work. So that business in particular grew for coffee shops, and then for eat-in restaurants, it kind of shrunk.
You're right, absolutely.
Very interesting.
I think if you're thinking of building a restaurant now, you have to consider the fact that a lot of businesses I'm not talking about fast food, I'm talking about casual restaurant. A lot of businesses going towards pickup and delivery, so you have to readjust your dining room size, your kitchen size, and your operational structure. There's a restaurant here that originally opened in Boca called Bolé. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
When they first opened, they had a line where you walked in and you went up to the counter and you ordered your food. That was on the left, and on the right there was I'll call it an express lane. But that line, not even a line, it was just an aisle where you could go in and pick up the food that you've already paid for when you called it in, off of a rack with your name on it. So that they were way ahead of the curve when it came to that, and building and designing a restaurant.
Yeah. Now that you mentioned that, my husband and I went to Wynwood to eat. We were craving burgers on Wednesday night. And when we went to go park, there was this place called, I think it was called Wynwood Food Express or Eatery.
Eatery, yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
So it's a bunch of restaurants. So we could jump on our phone to see what it was. And it's a bunch of restaurants, almost like a food court. And they have a huge takeout window. So you just order there, and all those restaurants are in the back cooking. And these people go ahead and take the food. But if you would see the amount of cars and scooters and motorcycles that were outside of this place on a Wednesday night, it was incredible. So people were just ordering and taking, ordering and taking. It was incredible, the amount of business. And when you think about that, before, that used to be just ancillary to a restaurant. Now, I mean, people are making it their primary way of operating their restaurant, which is genius.
It makes sense, because let's say you and your husband and your children want to go out for dinner, quick dinner, and you go there, and your daughter wants a hamburger, your son wants a sandwich, you want pasta, and your husband wants something else, and they're all there, and you could place your order and pick it up.
And not only that, the reduction in cost as a business owner, right? Because restaurants have super high costs with employees, right? So really what you need to pay are all the cooks and chefs in the back, but you don't really need waitress,
right.
busters,
For the hell of it, I'm going to take the opposite point of view.
Okay.
So you go into a restaurant, and you used to go into a restaurant, and everything you just mentioned in terms of ordering was available at one place. So when you now when you now put individual restaurants, as it were, into one space, my contention is that you actually increase your overhead because each one of those has employees that don't share in common. What they do, however, what they do reduce is essentially square footage of seating if it's a takeout place. But I am unsure, this is more of a question than a statement, if you can get the same volume through when I say takeout, drive-through. Takeout is a little different than drive-through. Drive-through, you have a queue and everybody's in their car and waiting. So I just don't know. My suspicion is that you can't get the same volume through drive-through. But that's just my thinking.
I would be curious to know if those people with the different menus behind the scene, are they different companies or different restaurants? Because they're sharing the kitchen. So it's a shared kitchen experience.
Right.
There's a company in Atlanta that, this is about 10 years ago, maybe more. They built a facility where food truck operators could rent out different areas of this huge facility, put a kitchen in, and they would supply the kitchen, and you would come in and cook your food for the day and take off with the food truck, and it's all, the health department sort of wanted that because they wanted you to cook the food in a governed area. So where am I going with this? Well, it's all sort of blending into each other. What you said, Jessica, that's pretty much the same thing. You can go to that place in the morning and order whatever you like because there's all different cuisines there.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting concept. I think that there's two reasons people go out to eat, and one of them is convenience, and the other is the experience. So if you're the type of restaurant that caters to someone that is looking for that convenience, the takeout and having that system in place and making it very efficient, like Chick-fil-A, it's not. I mean, I don't think Chick-fil-A is the best. I know I might get like shot later on by saying this, but I don't think they are the best, but they are so convenient.
Yes.
There's times that my husband and I were just like, we can't cook today. Let's go pick up Chick-fil-A because we could go and they're done in 10 minutes. We're back.
Right.
But I also think the other times that we go out, it's an experience. We're going to go to a restaurant. They're going to feed us. The service is going to be amazing. The location. So it depends on which one is your audience and which one is your purpose as a restaurant, and then setting up your location based on that. But yeah, you need to know your audience. Wynwood, a lot of people live around there. So having Uber Eats is super cheap. So they just go down their apartment, pick it up, and then go back up. Yep. So yeah, just knowing their audience.
Right. Well, to add to that, there was a group that I saw yesterday. Conveniently, I was watching Shark Tank, and there was gourmet empanadas that this guy established his business out in Times Square in New York, right? Well, he popped off completely, and now he has locations set up everywhere, and it's just empanadas. Empanadas, you just take it and you eat it, but now he turned it gourmet, and it really, to what Jessica was saying, it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for that convenience, it also depends on the food that you're looking at, right? Because you don't just sit down and eat pizza if that pizza doesn't call for that, right? Because there's certain pizzas that you could just eat it and walk and eat at the same time. Same thing with the empanada, or you could just take it home. So it really just depends on the food that you're planning on eating. And it also depends on the location itself and what hype it has behind it, because that's the other thing. If the food is delicious, I'm going to choose, right? For example, Mr. 305 or Mr. 01, is it? The pizza shop. I'm going to choose that over Pizza Hut, So it's kind of like, hey, it just depends. It's pizza, but which one is better? I'm going to choose that one, Mr. 01. So.
But in the food service industry, I guess in any industry, you have to watch out for fads. And I think food halls that have opened, and like there's one up in Delray that opened up and very quickly closed. There are other food halls. Terry, you've got a handle on food halls that are coming in. Have they slowed down or are they still building?
Yeah, they're building them all over the place. And the main attraction to those food halls is that they're made mostly out of repurposed containers, like shipping containers. And they're preserving buildings like old libraries and things, and they're making those into food halls. But they have in the middle of them, where it's super safe, once you go in, it's a huge green area with tables, umbrellas, picnic tables, and there's even little areas for like fenced in for like if you have a dog and you want to just let it run around, a little playground for kids. So they're actually monopolizing the market on convenience. I mean, they've thought of everything: your child, your pet, safety, cuisines, food types, and really the repurposed shipping containers are the main of all of these.
Okay.
There's so many of them. I mean, I'm working on several of them right now.
Good.
Yes.
So interesting that you mentioned that, Terry. My cousin's husband, actually, that's his business. So he actually has built a location in Dominican Republic right on the water where he has storage containers, and each storage container is a different restaurant or a different vendor. So he has some that are for ice cream, some that are food. He has one right in the center that's a bar for the adults. He has a playground for the children, and that place is packed every day of the week because
there's nothing he missed. That's exactly right. And
all he does is pay for the rent of the land, but the rest of it is all his. He takes money from all these people renting that subleasing that space from him. So it's a genius idea. It really is.
It is, because he's touching on all categories.
And that's I would do. If I'm gonna open something, that's exactly what I would do.
Yeah.
So Terry, here in Huntsville, on one of the main drags called Governor's Drive, there was an old junior high school and an old factory that built old electric and gas stoves. So they repurposed them. This developer came in and took the junior high school and repurposed it to be breweries. I guess what they call microbreweries.
Yeah.
A pizza place and a golf place. And what they did is they took the place where they built the stoves and they called it the Stove House. And they have all these different small restaurants within this building. And in the center of it, they have this big, huge complex, like almost like a commons area.
Yes.
Where kids can play. They've got a band stage and families go out there. I mean, with these, you want to call them the millennials, but they're using their money smartly, because they're taking their money, investing into something for the community. It's updating the community. It's bringing new food in and bringing activities for families.
And it's never going to go out. It's never.
No, it'll never go away. It'll never go away.
They even have those corn throws things on the side, which are so cute. All the kids love to do that, and the adults. And it keeps them buying the beers and the wines. And then the kids want the dessert, so they'll go to the dessert place. And you can't lose on that. That to me, if I were going to do something, that's exactly what I'd find a couple acres somewhere. That's exactly what I would do.
I mean, my son is very, very big into the ramen noodle, but not like the kind you buy at the grocery store. It's plastic and you boil it. This is really real traditional ramen.
Right.
It's the only place in town. And there was a line of people coming out and going in because that's the thing that people are wanting. This is what they're wanting. My son will stand in line for 15 minutes for a bowl of soup. It's crazy.
Is it in that repurposed area?
Yes.
With all of that's one of the
And the thing is you would think with an area like that it would be all younger generation. No. It's a mix. It is such a mix, because you have your families, then you have your empty nesters, and you have your newly married. I mean, it's just a mix of everything. We went out there one day. It was absolutely awesome. It was great.
It's like a carnival. It's like a mini carnival without the rides. It's just amazing. I see these and I look at the renderings and I'm like, this is really, I'm going as soon as it opens, you know, I'll drive to go. I think it's a wonderful idea, especially when a single restaurant goes in and out so fast. It's not worth a shot, even though I know people are doing it. I know they think they have the best products. They're the best, you know, their restaurant's going to make it. They've got mom's homemade recipes, and some of them do, and God bless them. But honestly, these shipping container parks are just with the common areas and all enclosed is amazing. It's amazing. Anyway, that's my take.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of a meeting. This went very quickly. So I thank you all for coming today. And if anybody out there is watching that wants to join us, please give us a call at 561-620-8888. And to the new ladies that came today, we're happy that you came, and we hope that we'll see you again next week.
Yeah, thank you again for having us.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Did anyone else they wanted to add real quick?
Are we still on camera?
Everyone good?
Yeah, everything's good.
So, all right. So have a great weekend. For those of you who are celebrating, Happy New Year, and stay safe, and we'll see you next week.